Hey YouTube! Today I'm going to do an unboxing and first impressions video of the Alesis Alpha 112 active PA speaker. I picked these up from Musician's Friend. They were the stupid deal of the day a few days ago. They had them listed at like $179.99. They're normally $299, and so I decided to pick up two. They're 1,000 watts. They have a 12-inch woofer and a 1 3/4 inch high-frequency driver. On first impression, they might look like the Alto TrueSonic TS112A, and that's because Alesis and Alto are actually owned by the same company, and so it's probably the same cabinet, mostly the same cabinet design. However, the differences between the two: this is 1,000 watts, whereas the Alto peaks at 800, and I think it's 400 RMS. I'm not sure what this is RMS. I'm assuming it's marked up to 1,000 watts, but either way, 200 more watts total. The Alto, I believe, has a 1-inch high-frequency driver. This is 1 3/4 inch, so a little bit larger. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox this here, and then I will do a sound test and hope that UMG doesn't sue me. Here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and unbox the Alpha 112. So inside we have a receipt from Musician's Friend. Probably don't really need that. In here, underneath this packing material, we have the actual speaker itself. First impressions, it's actually incredibly light. I believe they say it's like 39 pounds. It feels like a lot less. It's not incredibly dense, which is nice. You got just a normal, well, it looks like a 6-foot IEC power cable, and an incredibly worthless instruction manual and warranty card. Okay, and throw that down there. So here's the actual speaker. I'm going to pull off the plastic wrapping. I'll go ahead and grab the camera here and show you guys a view of the front and back. Alright, taking a look at it from the front, you can see it does in fact look a lot like the Alto 112. Looking here at the top, you can see the 1 3/4 inch high frequency driver, and then here at the bottom is the 12-inch woofer. The very bottom here, we have the Alesis Alpha logo. Coming around to the top, you can see it does have a handle on the top. We've got the rigging points. You can actually stack another one of these directly on top of it. I'm not quite sure why you would. You'd have phase issues everywhere. Not quite sure how good that would sound, but it's there if you ever hypothetically needed to. Both sides are roughly the same. You've got a handle on each side, and they have the capability to be turned on their side and used as a floor monitor. Coming around to the back, you can see your inputs and outputs and your volume controls. Now, something to keep in mind with these volume knobs is that it's not just 1 to 10. When you plug a line level source into this, you basically have from 0 to 5. 5 being right there. And if you go above that, you can definitely risk blowing the speaker. Now, when you plug a mic directly into those inputs, you have the full range, so 1 to 10. This is what a lot of owners of the Alto speakers don't realize. And so if you read any bad reviews of the Alto speaker, a lot of times they'll say they blew it. Yeah, that's how. Below those volume knobs, you can see the 2 inputs. So we've got XLR 1/4 inch combo jacks. Over here, we've got the mix out, which is just XLR male. You can use that to output to another speaker. So if you plugged like an iPod directly in here, you can take your mix out and send that to the other speaker. It'd be a mono, but good sound. Up at the top, we've got the signal limit, the power light, contour switch, ground lift, whatnot. Here is where it tells you about the power handling. So continuous, it's 500 watts, so 350 to the low, 150 to the high. Peak is essentially double. 1,000 watts, so 700 to the low, 300 to the high. Alto logo, ventilation, got a very, very quiet fan. And then here at the bottom, you got the plug and the fuse and the power switch. On the bottom, it's worth noting that it does have a 35 millimeter stand mount, so you can put this up on a speaker pole, throw it on top of a sub, or just leave it on its own. So now that we've gotten the overview out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick sound test.
This much got